welcome to Tina's Joyful Kitchen, staged today in the absolutely gorgeous Blowing Rock, North Carolina. Yes, we're on vacation to do a lot of biking and hiking with friends, and I wanted to still present to you and give you the best cooking show you've ever had. So, hello and welcome. I would love to know how many cooking shows you have been with me. If this is your first time, put a 1. If it's your second, put a 2 in the chat. If it's your fifth, put a 5 in the chat. Let me see it in the chat. Who is, oh, somebody doesn't know. Does that mean that you've been to many of them? This is your first one. Oh, good. So we've got some newbies today. We got some newbies. I know a lot of you have been following me over the last almost 2 years, right? You're funny. Yes, many. For those of you, because there's a few of you, if it's your first time, who don't know me, my name is Tina McDermott, and I call myself the lazy inspirational chef. I'm a speaker. I'm a weight loss coach. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and this is my love. This is my passion, and there's no place that I'd rather be than in a kitchen, teaching you how you can live a life that is full of vibrancy, full of health, full of joy, and teaching you how to find joy in the kitchen, even if you don't know how to cook or like to cook, so that, yeah, you can be healthy. We can have, I was listening to a podcast today called Salad and with a Side of Fries. It was adorable. I loved it. It's all about eating healthy, and it's okay to have some fun foods. We're going to do a lot of fun foods today, maybe 10. That's great, Paulette. That's great. We're going to do a lot of fun foods today because I'll tell you what we're going to make. But before we do that, I want to remind you that life is for joy. And when we multitask, we literally experience less joy. So I want you to take your phones and I want you to put them on silent. Please go ahead and close out of all of your browsers and be with me 100% so that you can experience a ton of joy with me today. So if you're ready to have a ton of joy, type I'm in the chat. If you're in to experience a lot of joy and to be with me 100%, type I'm in the chat. Let me see how many people we have here today. 40 people. I need to say at least half of you that are like, let's go. At least half of you that are in. Come on, couple more. Who's in? All right. Very, 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 very good. I love it. Let me tell you what we're going to make today. You ready? Let me tell you what we're going to make. We are going to make a wonderful, beautiful spinach kale salad. And it's got a little bit of fruit on it. And what else? Lots of fun stuff. We're going to make a beautiful salad. I am going to make sweet potato toast. Yes, you heard me. Toast with sweet potatoes versus the white bread that makes you sick, or that could potentially make you sick. Let me be politically correct. And then we're going to make a blueberry flurry. Why? Because, we make smoothies all the time. Why not? Let's just make a real thick flurry so we can eat it with a spoon. Doesn't that sound yummy? If that all sounds yummy to you, put yummy in the chat. Put yummy in the chat if that all sounds yummy to you. If it sounds yummy to you, put yummy in the chat. Yeah, I love it. I so adore you all because I don't get to see your faces. But when you interact with me in the chat, I know you're there. I feel your energy. Let me tell you, it just gives me the energy to give back to you, and I love it. So yes, yummy in my tummy. Now, let's make some sweet potato toast. I want to remind you, I'm not in my home kitchen, and I did not bring my own wonderful sharp knives. So I'm going to cut carefully a wonderful, gorgeous sweet potato so that we can put it in the toaster oven and make a piece of toast, which I've made a couple, so I'll show them to you in a little bit. And now I washed and scrubbed the sweet potato so you can eat the skin. There's a lot of vitamins on the skin. You just want to get the dirt off and any nooks or anything off of that, which I've done already. Now, somebody tell me, why are sweet potatoes a little bit better for you than white potatoes? Does anybody know why sweet potatoes are a little bit better for you than the white potatoes? Not that white potatoes are terrible, okay? Because they're good. They've got nutrition. More vitamins. Did somebody type fiber? Yeah, I saw fiber. Fiber and vitamins, good. Yeah, they're healthier because they're full of fiber and they're lower in sugar, in the glycemic index. So when you eat them, it doesn't send your blood sugar soaring. It doesn't send your blood sugar soaring. So that's why sweet potatoes are better, because they are full of fiber. I'm trying very hard to slice them 1/4 inch without my knife. Now I brought my paring knife, but I didn't bring my big knife, and I should have. I really should have. But now I want you to notice I'm crunching my fingers behind here so that I don't chop off my beautiful fingers. And this would do really well if you had a mandolin. Does anybody know what a mandolin is? Those of you who have seen my show have seen me use my mandolin. And that would have been another good piece of equipment to bring with us. And there's only so many things, though. My husband always complains that I pack the whole kitchen and the kitchen sink when we travel. So I tried to be conscientious, but it just backfired on me because I really wanted my mandolin and my knife, but that's okay. So what you're going to do is try really hard to cut these at 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch. You see again, when my hand is on top of the blade, that my fingers are flat. And I'm also holding my blade like so to get a good grip on it so it doesn't go like so it doesn't twist. Okay, here we go. Doing good so
while you're
far.
cutting those, what do you?
Go ahead.
What about yams?
Oh, yams, sweet potatoes, they're all in the same family. They're wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. They're all in the same family. Not a problem. There's lots of different kind of sweet potatoes. I got some from the market a couple of weeks ago, and we ate them last night. I could have showed them to you, but we ate them, and it was a white sweet potato. It was a little yellowish inside, not orangey. Look how beautiful orange this is. It wasn't orangey like this. It was white, but gorgeous all the same. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it was delicious. My friends had never tasted a white sweet potato, and he was like, wow, this is so good. Excuse me real quick. I want to get my broiler pan over here. So there's lots of different kind of sweet potatoes. So take a look. There's Japanese, there's jewel, there's the yams, they're fine. But select ones that are going to be easy for you to slice, not all the crooked ones and stuff, to make nice big pieces of quote unquote toast. Okay. Now, what I did, they say you could put this right into a toaster. I just don't think it's.
Yeah, hey, I'm just trying to see if I can do them. What you call?
Hi, if you're not on silent, go ahead and put yourself on mute. If you're not on mute, go ahead and put yourself on mute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And see if you.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
Caitlin, can you go ahead and mute everybody, please, and I'll unmute myself. Purple ones too. Yeah, purple ones are wonderful. There we go. All right, I'm back. If you can get them super skinny, then you can put them in a toaster oven, just like pop toaster ovens. And I have a big toaster oven here, and I'm going to use, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a broiler pan and broil them. I found 10 minutes on each side works wonderful. And I'm spraying them with an avocado spray. There's also olive oil sprays. There's coconut oil sprays. I don't use the other ones that have propellants in them. I'm not going to say the name brand. I don't use them because the oils that they use, A, are rancid, and B, have the propellants, synthetic stuff in them that you do not want in your body. Okay, let me spray the other side so I don't have to do this later. Yeah, avocado oil, very, very, very good oil. Let me put this in the toaster oven. Caitlin, I need a 10-minute timer, please. Cancel, broil, start. Okay, you got that, Caitlin? 10 minutes, and then we'll turn those over. Okay, yeah, purple sweet potatoes are wonderful. You haven't used it yet, the white sweet potato or a different kind of sweet potato, Paulette? Yeah, which one haven't you used yet? Yeah, they're wonderful, the purple ones. I had little baby sweet potatoes too. They were literally about that big and they were purple. So we did eat little tiny baby purple ones last night. And what I found on those little baby purple ones, I normally like to eat the skin, but the skin on them was bleh. I did not like it. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so we're going to make, oh no, I don't need this bowl just yet. Hold on a second. We're going to make some kale spinach salad next, okay? Kale spinach salad. And if you can find baby kale, it's so much easier, okay? It's so much easier. And the baby leaf of kale has all the nutrition that this entire big leaf of kale has. A little less fiber, of course, but it's got all the vitamins that the big kale has. So if I just didn't find baby kale here, up in here in Blowing Rock, but I found this beautiful big kale, which is just as good. It's wonderful. Kale is really good for you. So you see what I'm doing? I'm stripping the kale from the stems. The stems are a little chewier and could be, depends on how woody it is, a little on the bitter side, could be. But I do use these for smoothies. So I'll saute them up with some onions. Okay, I'll saute them with some onions. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna massage this kale to make it a lot tastier and more chewable. Let's put it that way, more chewable than the way it is now. Okay, I'm not going to do all of it. Let's just put that over there for now. And who here eats kale in a norm? Who here eats kale in the norm? Put kale in the chat. Which brand of oil spray is good? You know, I don't care about the brand. I don't know. The one that I have is called Chosen Foods, and it's 100% pure avocado oil spray that I got from Aldi's. That's the name brand of that one. The bottom line is you want to use avocado oil, spray oil, coconut spray oil, olive oil, spray oil. The other ones, I'm telling you, have rancid oils, okay? Yeah, so kale. So you love kale. Good. A lot of people love kale. Kale has so much more nutrition. I don't remember the exact amount more, but than spinach. Spinach is good. It's really good for you, but kale is like 10 times more, let's say, for example. So I want to see what you see what I did as I put these lettuce leaves, stack them on top of each other, because I want to cut them in smaller ribbons. The adult kale is a little harder to eat, so we want to make it a little more tender. And I don't have a salad spinner, so it's a little on the wet side, but that's okay. No big deal. You make do with what you got. I've been watching this show called The Last Kingdom, and in medieval times, they didn't have all the luxuries that we had. We can do without the mandolin. We could do without all of those luxuries. We'll just use Uhtred's sword to cut the kale. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Has anyone seen The Last Kingdom? Put TLK in the chat if you are a fan of The Last Kingdom. I absolutely love it. All right, so now I'm going to cut my kale into thin little strips. TLK if you are a fan of The Last Kingdom. Like I said, if they can live that way, although I wouldn't want to live that way. I like showers. I like showers. Can you use a bag of chopped kale? Yes, you can use a bag of chopped kale. I'm going to tell you a little story. My sister, she, even with the bagged chopped kale, she'll pick through it. She'll make sure that it's all clean. She'll wash it. And then she was steaming it up. Okay, so she did that. She steamed it, served it with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. And she goes, cilantro. She crunched into something cilantro. And she goes, what is that? I cleaned this kale. How could there be cilantro in there? And it was a stink bug. It was a cooked stink bug. She goes, now we know stink bugs taste like cilantro. I have to laugh about it. I don't like the bagged kale because it has a lot of stem in it and it's a lot of pick through. Personally, I find it so much easier to just get the big kale, strip it, wash it. I just find it easier. But yes, you can get the bagged kale. Absolutely. You don't have to go through what I'm going through. But I also like smaller strips when I'm making my massaged salad. You see how I made small strips. They're small pieces versus salads have big fat pieces. I like them smaller to when you're going to eat it raw. If you're going to eat them steamed, and then the bigger pieces are fine. So we need to break down the cellulose in kale to make it a little bit more chewable, easier to eat. Again, I'll tell you again, baby. If you can find the baby, do the baby, and you don't have to deal with this. I'm going to put a little bit of sea salt in there. And oops, that's balsamic vinegar. We don't want that. looks like my olive oil bottle at home. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. And my slogan is life is messy, wash your hands. We're going to get our hands in there and work our muscles a little bit. Yes, we have muscles in our fingers. And you're going to massage the kale for a few minutes. The olive oil, the sea salt breaks down that outer layer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The cicadas, not cicadas, the stink bugs taste like cilantro. Isn't that crazy? Who else has tasted a stink bug? Yeah, it was in that bag. So I avoid them. I don't like them. But it's easy. If I'm going to steam it, no big deal. I'll just get the bag. But I also want you to remember, think about a banana. If you get a banana and you chop it and you just karate chop it with your hand and let it sit there for the day. What does the banana look like in a couple of by the next day, right where you chopped it? What's it going to have right there where you chopped it? Can anyone tell me what is it going to have right when you chop it? What's it going to look like? What color is it going to? It turns. Yeah, it starts to turn black. What happens is that the active enzymes in the banana start to decompose the banana. Yeah, it turns brown, black right where you chopped it, where the bruise, right? Well, the moment that you cut into a vegetable or a fruit, something that's got a ton of active enzymes in it, it starts to break down and start to decompose, basically, right? It's not as fresh. The vitamins start to deplete. So it's always better to get the full, the kale without it already being chopped, because once you chop it, it starts to lose its nutrition. Look, I am all for fast. Remember, I call myself the lazy inspirational chef. So go ahead. I'm harping on the whole bagged lettuce. Okay, we're going to use this in our salad. But yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll use this same bowl. This is fine. I'll put that at the base. And then I need to get the olive oil off my hands. And like I say, life is messy. Wash your hands. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right. All right. You guys having fun so far? If you're having fun, put fun in the chat. Put fun in the chat if you are having fun so far. Fun in the chat. Woohoo. You're funny. Woohoo. We got going on. All right. Sweet potatoes are still cooking. They're still cooking, so we're going to wait for those. Now I'm going to add some spinach. Why not? You know, you've got the chewy kale that we've broken down. You can massage it for a few more minutes and it'll be just like spinach. And I like spinach too, so I like to mix the two. So we're going to put kale. I'm going to layer in some nice, beautiful spinach in there. There we go. We're going to try to make this pretty too. I don't always work on making things pretty. Hey, have I ever shown you the trick of how to keep, who wants to know the trick on how to keep your lettuces fresher in the clamshell? If you want to learn the trick, put trick in the chat, and I will teach you the trick on how to keep your lettuces fresher in a clamshell. Put trick, yeah, trick me. All right, yeah, me, trick. It's very simple. What I want you to do is get a couple paper towels, okay? Get a couple paper towels. You're gonna take a paper towel and you're going to put it underneath. There you go. Don't get too fancy of taking the lettuce out or anything. Just kind of scooch it underneath. Put one in the middle and then put one at the top and then put the lid on and put it in the fridge. Basically, the paper towels are going to absorb the moisture. Now, just because you have paper towels in your clamshell doesn't mean that you can eat this 10 days from now. You still need to eat how many cups of vegetables do we need on a daily basis? Somebody tell me, how many cups of vegetables do we need on a daily basis? Put it in the chat. How many cups of vegetables do we need? 10 to 12, people, 10 to 12, 10 to 12. Do not let this sit in the fridge for 10 days. Eat this within a couple of days because you need 10 to 12 cups of vegetables a day. So, so, so important for you. Which is why I love Popeye, because he talks all about eating your spinach, but he should have said, eat kale too, right?
Tina, your 10-minute timer went off.
Thank you. I'm going to go and turn my sweet potatoes over. I'll be right back. I'm almost done. Hold on. All right, I'll admit I'm having a hard time over here, but I'll get there. Hold on. It can be so difficult when you're not in your own kitchen. Oh my gosh, just turning those over was a pain. But it's okay. We got 10 more minutes, Caitlin, please. 10 more minutes. And then our sweet potato toast will be done. And then I already have some over here, and I'll tell you what we're going to do with those, and we'll have some fun. Okay. Oh, you know how I'm throwing my vegetable scraps over there? Who knows what I'm doing with all those vegetable scraps? Who knows what I'm doing with all those vegetable scraps? Where am I putting them? Put it in the chat. Oh, yes, compost. Yes, because Mother Earth knows what to do with vegetable scraps. You put it in the regular trash and it goes into the landfill, and it's just a mess. You don't need that. Now I'm going to put some red onion. I'm not going to use the whole red onion. The rest of this is going to go in the fridge. So I'll keep the skin on. Okay. I'll keep the skin on. It helps keep it a little fresher. Helps keep it a little bit fresher. I'm going to take the outer layer of skin off. Here we go. All right. Who here composts? Put a 1 in the chat if you compost, a 0 if you have no clue what composting is, or a 0 if you don't care. That's all good. Compost. Okay, some composting is you dig a hole and you throw all your vegetable scraps in there, and then you bury it. And if you have a garden, you can use that for compost for your garden. It's nutrients, because the Mother Earth breaks it down and turns it back into soil. Turns it all back into soil. Okay, look how pretty red onions are. Aren't they gorgeous? And that's the thing with different colors of vegetables. We need to eat the rainbow, right? Eat the rainbow, eat as many colors of the rainbow as you possibly can. Vegetables are where it's at. I want you to eat foods that walk, fly, swim, or grow. Walk, fly, swim, or grow. Really important. And the grow is the most important. And of the grow, I want you to eat as many colors as you can, because each of the colors has different components. The red has a special, it's called proanthocyanidins, which are free radical busters. The oranges has beta carotene, really good for your skin. I think beta carotene, I have to go back and think about that, but they're all free radical busters. So we've got some nice red onion. We're going to put some avocado. I'm going to put some avocado in there because it's pretty. I learned a trick on how to get the avocado pit out. Has anyone ever, did I try to do this trick with you and then it failed? I tried it once and it failed, but I'm going to try it again. You ready? You put your thumb behind, your 2 fingers in the front of the pit, and then you, oh, it worked. Ah, I get so excited. It worked. Yay. That's how you can get your pit out. The other way, you can slam the pit with your knife and then twist it. Okay. So I like to make things easy, and I score my avocado right in the shell and get a spoon and take them out. Look how pretty they are. Look how pretty.
And Tina, going back to composting, does it ever attract unwanted pests?
It can. So you can get a compost bin and put it in the bin. It has a lid. Good question. Thank you. Or you bury it with dirt. So, you know, I had a groundhog in my yard. I'm sure that he was eating out of my compost. I don't particularly mind that there was, I have there's a sound happening, a vibration sound. Oh, I know what it is from. Sorry about that. Somebody was trying to call me and it was vibrating the counter. How silly is that? Okay, so yeah, I had a groundhog. Unfortunately, my dogs got to him, and I feel really sad because my dog decided he figured out how to jump my 4-foot fence to get into my garden. And I like, really? No wonder you hurt your knee. Okay, so yeah. So we've got avocados, we've got onions, we've got kale, we've got spinach. Oh, why did you turn off? Oh, I know why. Stop and broil. There you go. I'm learning this new toaster oven. Next, we're going to put, I was thinking I want pear in my salad. So I'm going to, I don't know, it's not in the recipe, but for some reason, pear came up in my heart. And I'm like, oh, I really want pear in this salad. So I'm going to slice some pear. And the recipe, I don't know if you've gotten the recipe or not yet, but this particular recipe calls for pomegranate. And unfortunately, up here in Blowing Rock, they did not have pomegranates when I went to the supermarket 3 times, 3 different supermarkets. I'm like, well, we're going to have to do this without pomegranate. And I like fruit in a salad because fruit, our bodies, there was a book I read many years ago called the Flavor Point Diet. I don't like diets or anything like that, but I like to get pieces from different people and understand. And he was talking about how we actually want every single flavor profile with every single meal: salt, savory, sweet, sour, and umami. And we want the sweet in our salads or in our foods. That's why you crave a little bit of sweet after a meal. It actually adds enzymes to help you digest the food and vitamins and such that our bodies crave. That's why we crave sweet, because we're craving certain items from that sweet. I'm from Italy, or off the boat. My parents were off the boat. I was born and raised in America. But every meal with my parents, with any of my relatives in Italy, my uncle, my dad, they're always peeling a piece of fruit and handing a piece of fruit to everybody around the table, because the enzymes help you digest your food. So after a meal, if you're really just craving something sweet, you're not craving a cookie, cake, or a candy. You're craving something natural, like pears or apples or oranges or something like that. You could also add blueberries to your salad. I love blueberries in a salad. There's nothing wrong with mixing fruit and vegetables. And I also have these whole dried cranberries. I'm not going to put them in because I like to, when I ride, I like to keep these in my pocket. But cranberries would be good too. And I want to make a point to you that's really, really, really important. Dried fruits are full of sugar. A lot of times they add sugar to them. And the other thing that they're full of that you do not want in your body are sulfites. So if you're going to get some dried fruits, this is from nuts.com, sulfite free. Very, very, very important. Okay. So there we have it. The only thing that's missing here is a salad dressing. So let's make a salad dressing. Typically, I make my dressing right. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to make my dressing right on top of my salad. I'm just going to pour it right on top. And this is how I always do it. You can get a jar and it's 2 parts olive oil to 1 part acid. And that acid, it could be balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, rice vinegar, white vinegar, whatever, lemon juice, whatever acid you want. It's 1 part acid to 2 parts olive oil, sea salt, and pepper. And you also use a little garlic. The person that one of my friends, she's very highly allergic to garlic, although it's really good for your immune system. So I am not going to bother even cutting open the garlic. I don't want it to bother her. So garlic. So you can put the garlic in there, or you can rub the bowl with a piece of garlic before you put the lettuce in there. Just open up the garlic and rub the bowl. But I'm going to put who wants me to make the salad dressing in a jar, and who wants to see me just do it right on top of the salad, which I am famous for in my family. But on the salad, it's a Bartlett pear. I think that was a Bartlett pear. Yeah. On the salad, somebody on the jar. Most people want me to, oh boy, you guys want me to do both. I'm going to do it in the salad. I know you all want me to do it in the jar, but it's the recipe is 2 parts olive oil, 1 part balsamic vinegar, sea salt, and vinegar and pepper, freshly ground black pepper at that. I'm going to do it right on the salad so that you can see how it's 1 step less. It's my lazy way. You did a jar last time. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to do it right on the salad. And I have the occhio for it. I have the eye for it and the feel of it. And I always use sea salt. We've always had sea salt in an open container. And I know the feel of sea salt. I know how much it is just by feeling it. And I want you to also do this in your home. Put salt in a little open container and try to figure out what a ½ teaspoon is, or just use your inspiration as to how much salt is needed on a particular salad. Okay. And whatever, I'm like, oh, that's enough. And I'll put the rest right back in. I love doing that. It just makes me feel earthy, I guess is the good word. And I'm so glad that they have a pepper grinder up here because no one on this earth should be without a pepper grinder. Freshly ground black pepper. And basically I just look at what are we eating? How big is the bowl? How much salad is in there? And I'll just grind until I'm inspired to not grind anymore. And on that note, because I tend to cough with a lot of pepper, I'm not going to put any more. What? It needs a little more. Hold on. Hold on. It needs just a little bit more. All right. Hopefully I won't do any coughing. So there we have it. We got our sea salt and our pepper. Yes, there's a little olive oil in the kale. So I'm going to take that into consideration as I'm pouring my extra virgin olive oil. Okay. This is a really good brand. I like Pompeian. I had to buy this here. Had to buy everything here because I'm like 8 hours away from home. And so I'm just going to drizzle it on the top in a big spiral. And a big spiral, get to the center, and that's it. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. And now
10-minute timer's going off.
All right. All right. They can go for a few more moments, okay? Because I forgot to hit the start button. I don't know this toaster oven. That's okay. Okay, so where were we? Balsamic vinegar or lemon juice? I want balsamic vinegar on this. What is your favorite acid to put on your salads? Put it in the chat. What's your favorite acid to put in your salads? Put it in the chat. My husband loves balsamic vinegar. He would probably do 1 part olive oil, 1 part balsamic vinegar. I don't. I like a quarter of the balsamic vinegar. Yeah, balsamic, I love lemon juice too. Balsamic vinegar just tends to be what I gravitate towards. And now what else could go on this salad to make it absolutely, absolutely out of this world amazing, but a little bit of crumbled goat cheese. A little bit of crumbled goat cheese. And what about crumbled bacon? Put a little bit more. Come on, here you go. There we go. So we've got some crumbled goat cheese in there. And there we have it. We've got our protein from the goat cheese. You could also put some walnuts in there. I'm going to save, let's put some walnuts. Walnuts would be wonderful in there. We've got our fat from the olive oil and from the avocado. We've got our fruit. We've got our onions. So we've got the tart in there. Serve it up. I'll just mix it up right before I'm about to serve it. I just want to keep it really pretty. I don't want to mix it right now because it's so pretty. So there we have it. Our wonderful spinach, kale, it's supposed to be pomegranate, but blueberry, goat cheese, amazing salad. This is lunch today. All right. Who is going to make a beautiful salad like this? You can use feta. You can use what? Inspiration. What do you love? If you want gorgonzola, put gorgonzola. If you like goat, put goat. If you want feta, put feta. If you want parmesan, put parmesan. What kind of a little bit of cheese, that flavor profile. You're going to make it. If you're going to make this salad, put a 1 in the chat. If you're going to make this salad, put a 1 in the chat box. Put a 1 in the chat box if you are going to make this salad. Yes. Good. Good, 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 good. Now, I have some avocado toast that I've already made, and you could eat sweet potatoes raw. Just slice them up, eat them. They're like carrots. They're good raw. Don't think that they're not good raw. But if you want to make some, now, why do you think I'm using sweet potatoes as opposed to, say, wheat bread? Why do you think I'm using sweet potatoes as opposed to, say, wheat bread? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody know? Anybody know why? I am using sweet potatoes because it doesn't have gluten. Correct. Cheryl, you win the prize. It's much healthier for you. You don't want the gluten because the gluten can destroy the good bacteria in your gut. It can destroy the villi. It's really difficult to digest, mainly because it's been what I call bastardized with how they grow it and all of the pesticides that they put on it and the such. But there are certain ways that we could have. What do you want to put on your sweet potato toast? What do you want to put on your sweet potato toast? What would you put on toast? I'm going to put a little bit of scallions. Hold on a second. Let's pull these out and let's do this. Oh boy. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to put them back in the toaster oven. Okay, these are done. That's all it took. 10 minutes on each side, and we've got some new sweet potato toast that we can put whatever we want on. This is hot, so I'm going to be really careful. But I want to melt some Swiss cheese. That's what I did on this one. I put some Swiss cheese and some scallions, and I'm going to hit the toast button again. Swiss cheese and scallions. Okay, let's not burn ourselves here. And what would you put on your toast? Ooh, cinnamon. What about honey and cinnamon? Parsley, cheese, tomato. What about, I was thinking an avocado smash. Let's make an avocado smash here, okay? Let's make an avocado smash. Really simple. We're gonna, yep.
Oh, a question came in. Do you use raw walnuts or do you toast them?
I toast them most of the time. I toast them. This time I didn't get around to toasting them because I had the other stuff in my the potatoes in my oven, so I didn't toast them. I normally buy them raw and then toast them. Yeah, I normally buy them raw and then toast them. So, okay, avocado smash is super easy. You get an avocado. Did you see how I took the pit out that time? I smashed it with I hit it with the knife and then twisted it. And avocado smash, super easy. You just take the avocado, get whatever bruising out of there. We don't want to eat any of the bruising stuff. This one traveled with me from home. Must have gotten bruised in the bag. That's okay. Go back to Mother Earth. She knows what to do with it. Look how easy avocado smash is. Now, avocados turn brown really quickly. So I'm going to take a little piece of lemon and put a little bit of lemon juice. My hand hurts. Hold on a second. There we go. It was slipping. A little bit of lemon juice. What do we have? Parsley, cheese, tomato. What else would you put on your avocado toast? Go ahead, put it in the chat. I want to see what else would you put on. I'm going to put a little sea salt in there. What else would you put on your avocado toast? Ooh, tomato and basil. That's a good idea. Avocado smash. I'm going to heat that up too because it just sounds good, all heated up. A little bit of avocados on there. And what about, oh, how could I forget? How could I forget? See if I can pick this up and move it over. What about bacon? Yep, I cooked up some bacon for you today, because bacon, I think, should be in a food group. And you're all wondering, oh boy, she's supposed to be the healthy chef, right? She's supposed to be the healthy one. What is she doing eating bacon? I am eating bacon because it is uncured bacon. I'll show you the package. Who here loves bacon? Put bacon in the chat if you love bacon. I'll show you the package. I love bacon. I get this from Butcher Box, and it's uncured bacon. The problem with bacon is that they cure it with chemicals, with sulfites and I'm not saying it right. Why can't I cannot find the words for it. Give me a couple of minutes and it'll come to me. Nitrites and nitrates, which preserve the food, right? Bacon, okay, got it. So it preserves the food. So if it's preserving the food, what is it doing to us? We don't want to get regular bacon off the shelf. Get yourself some uncured bacon, and you can find that in a lot of stores. Uncured bacon without sugar. This doesn't have sugar. I love Butcher Box. This one is wonderful. I could eat this every day. And it's not like you want to eat 20 pieces of bacon every day either. Have a couple pieces here and there once a week. I normally have bacon maybe once a week, maybe a little less. I'm on vacation, so we're having it twice this week. And I'm going to put a little goat cheese, and I'm going to melt that goat cheese right on my sweet potato toast. Doesn't this just look amazing? What about peanut butter and jelly? Why not? Put some peanut butter and jelly right on your sweet potato toast. What else are we going to put on sweet potato toast? Tomatoes, that sounds good. Put a little bit of sliced tomatoes, a little salt and pepper on top of that. I'm going to put this back in the toaster and let that melt up and show you what it looks like. I'll be right back. And I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be right back. I touched bacon. Life is messy. Wash your hands. All right. Yeah. What is the temperature in the toaster oven? You know, I'm not sure exactly. I actually hit toast. I hit literally toast. When I was broiling it, you know, let me do broil. Just make sure it should be the same thing. Let me stop, broil, and then start. Give me 3 minutes timer, please, Caitlin. The broiler's at 450, so I imagine the toast is probably around the same, 450, probably around the same. Okay, or you can just eat it. What else? What other ideas did I have, Caitlin, for the sweet potato toast? So I gave you a whole bunch of ideas. Did I cover them all?
Did you get the Swiss cheese and scallions, but you got the
Yep.
rest?
Yeah, I did Swiss
Yep,
cheese
then
and
yes, you got
scallions.
them all.
I got them all. Talked about peanut butter. What about walnuts and goat cheese? That would be lovely. The walnuts get toasted up. Oof. Yeah, normally I toast up I buy them raw and then they get toasted. Okay. All right. So did I miss anything? I don't do turkey bacon because I don't like the taste of it and it has more salt. And you don't need that. Just get the real bacon. But if you want turkey bacon, go for it. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Next, what are we going to do next? We are going to make a smoothie. We're going to make a smoothie next. Let me just clear out some things so that we have room. And you've got 3-minute timer on those. We'll pull those out in a little bit. And all right, y'all good having a good time with me. If you're having a good time, put good time in the chat. Put good times in the chat. If you're having a good time with me, you're having fun. Y'all having fun, put good time or fun in the chat. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Good, 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 good. I want to make sure that you're still with me. Now, I love smoothies. I eat smoothies all the time. Who here loves smoothies? Put smoothies in the chat if you love smoothies. Put smoothies in the chat if you love smoothies. Put smoothies in the chat. Good. Smoothies are wonderful. And I want you to remember, every single meal should have a protein, a vegetable and/or a fruit, and a fat. A protein, a vegetable, and a fat. I'm going to have some fruit in this one. I've got to get them out of the freezer, by the way. And I typically like to add vegetables to my smoothies, like the kale stems or real kale or spinach. But today I want to make a treat. I want to make a flurry that, yeah, you could have it for breakfast, but you know, sometimes my husband's like, Tina, I really want something for dessert and you didn't buy me anything. And I says, well, yes, I did. And I'll go and I'll make him a flurry. Give me a second. I need a spoon. And I'll make him a flurry. So what I'll do is very simple. I will get some Greek unsweetened yogurt. Yes, you can make this with regular plain yogurt. I do not buy the vanilla yogurt or the fruit sweetened yogurt. Who knows why I do not buy the vanilla or the fruit sweetened yogurt? Does anybody here know why? Type it in the chat if you know why I don't. Tons of sugar. There is tons of sugar that you do not deserve in your body. You deserve the sugar from real fruits. That's the kind of sugar you should be having. Or sugar if you really want to treat some honey or some maple syrup or cane sugar, like real pure cane sugar if you really want to do something on the sweet side. Personally, I only use monk fruit. I'm going to use a sweetener because it's a lot easier on the glycemic index. It's really much easier for your blood sugar. I'm going to put a little bit of almond milk. You can use real milk if you want. I just like almond milk, unsweetened almond milk. Now, I like a lot of protein. And since I'm going to end up eating this for, well, we'll probably have this for a snack later on. I like a lot more protein. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to talk about it. So I am going to do it for you today. Is I have vanilla bone broth protein powder. You're like, ooh, that sounds terrible. And it's not. If you are 45 plus, you need extra collagen in your body. You need extra collagen, and the collagen is really good for your gut. You know, I'm all about the joyful gut. As a matter of fact, Caitlin, go ahead and put the link for the Joyful Gut Reboot Guide right now in the chat, and we'll put it in later. That's a free ebook that I wrote for you.
Also, quick, timer's going off. I just don't want you.
Ooh, yes, it is. I smell it. Thank you. All right, I don't have a good grip on this. Let me put this down. All right. Look how wonderful. The Swiss cheese melted with the scallions on the top. The goat cheese didn't melt enough. I probably can put those in for just a few more moments. And that warmed up the avocado smash. This is really hot, but doesn't this look delicious? Oh my gosh, who's going to make themselves some avocado toast? Who is going to make themselves some avocado toast? Who's going to do that? Who's going to make some avocado toast? Put avocado toast in the chat if you're going to make yourself some avocado toast and try this out. Avocado toast. You can't wait. Yeah. Isn't that, oh my God. I cannot wait to eat them. That's going to be my lunch. Okay, good. We got sidetracked, but that's okay. It's all good because it's all good and fair and love and war, right? Now, there is protein in the Greek yogurt. There is protein in the Greek yogurt, and we need 10 to 15 grams of protein a meal. There's about 8 grams of protein in this. You probably need a little bit more. So I'm going to add some bone broth protein powder. And why? Because it's really good for your digestive system, really good for a joyful gut. And the collagen in it is really good for connective tissue and our joints. As we mature, we need that. Okay. So all the connective tissue, the cartilage and all of that in our own bodies, we need a little bit of help with that. So bone broth, if you have any friends who are from Asia or have gone to Asian restaurants, you'll see a lot of bone broth soups. They don't call them bone broth soups, but that's what they are. They literally boil all of the bones for minimum of 8 hours, sometimes up to 24 or longer. And it takes out all of the bone marrow and brings all of the collagen into the soup. And it's so good for your tummy, for everything. So that's where we're going to start with yogurt and a little almond milk and our protein powder. Now, remember, I want to make a flurry. I want to make this thick so that we can eat it with a spoon. So I'm going to add things as we go along. Hold on. Can we see the blender? Yeah, you can see the blender. And I'm just going to blend the protein powder in with the yogurt really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. So that's all blended. Next, I'm going to add, I got a banana and I chopped it up. You don't have to chop it up, but I'm going to put frozen banana in there. This is really good made and then served, especially like, you know, when you go to an ice cream place and you want a flurry, they pour it for you and then you eat it. That's when it's really good. So next I'm going to put in, you don't have to do the chia seeds, and you can. The chia seeds, if you soak them ahead of time, will make it a little thicker. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of chia seed, like a tablespoon, sorry. It's a little bit more, but that's okay. So I'm going to put some chia seeds in there. Chia seeds are full of protein, and I wouldn't eat this right away because I should have soaked the chia seeds ahead of time. Otherwise, the chia seeds are hard to eat in your tongue. I mean, in your teeth. I'm going to put, I got almonds. I toasted them. I already toasted them. I toast them and then put them in a jar. And by the way, when it's summertime, always keep should always keep your nuts and seeds in the freezer anyway. And so I'll take a little bit out, I'll toast them and then put them in the refrigerator and then eat them when they're done. I'll get more out of the freezer, toast them. All right, so we've got almonds, big chunks of almonds, and I've got a lot of blueberries. So I'm going to put the blueberries in there. Yes, frozen blueberries. So we've got, what do we have in here? We have a protein, we have liquid, of course, a protein, we have the fat from the almonds, and the chia seeds have a little fat in them. And then we have our fruit, the bananas and the blueberries. For those of us who here is a self-confessed chocoholic, go ahead and put chocoholic in the chat. I've got some other things here. We cook beef bone 24 hours to get all the nutrition. Yeah. And they have chocolate flavored too. Yes, they have chocolate flavored as well. They have, are you talking about the bone broth protein powder? They also have salted caramel, which is my favorite. Just wouldn't go good with this one. So I brought the vanilla with us. Yeah, if you're self-confessed chocoholic, get yourself 85% chocolate, dark chocolate, and you can chop that up and put that in there as an extra special yummy treat, because I think chocolate is God's gift to this earth, and we should be eating chocolate on a normal basis. Now, mind you, not the milk chocolate, not the chocolate that's full of sugar. That's not what I'm talking about. This one I get from Aldi's Moser Ruth. I don't even know. I think it's German. Extremely good. Okay, I'm going to turn this on. We're going to make a flurry. I'll be right back. I didn't bring my tamper. So, you know, the tamper, the thing that goes on the top, I forgot to bring that. So I'm just gonna have to turn it off and mix it myself. Okay, now any questions you have on nutrition, feel free to ask as we go along here, okay? Any questions whatsoever, because we want to be healthy, okay? All about being healthy. Let's see if this works. Be right back. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Now, I want you to see how you can make this more smooth if you want, but I'm trying to make this where it's nice and thick and you have to chew it when you eat it, because that's what you get when you get a flurry. You put the ice cream in your mouth and you have to chew it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look like you would get from Friendly's or from an ice cream shop? Doesn't that look like, holy cow, I cannot wait to eat that. There we go. There we go. Now you have to eat that with a spoon. And I had to do it. I had to taste it. And there we have it, our blueberry flurry. How delicious does that look? If it looks delicious to you, put delicious in the chat. Put delicious in the chat if it looks delicious. Yep. Yep. Oh, and the chia seeds did get broken up, so they're not going to get stuck in my teeth. All right. I just absolutely love you all. Kaylin is, if you have, a lot of you are already part of my tribe, which I like, which I love. And if you're not already part of the Joyful Gut Reboot Guide Facebook group, that's my tribe. I get on once a week and maybe a couple times a week and just chat you all up and help you out, answer any questions that you have on the Facebook group. So go ahead and download the Joyful Gut Reboot Guide. It's a book that I wrote just for you. And there we have it. We have this, there we go. We have our wonderful kale, spinach, pear, blueberry, walnut, not blue cheese, goat cheese salad. We have our sweet potato toast, all different ways. And we have our wonderful blueberry flurry. Delicious, absolutely delicious. You're coming over. All right, I'm in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. I'll give you the address. I would love to know what have you gotten from today's cooking class? What is that one thing, even if it's one tiny little thing, what did you get from today's cooking class that you're going to say, yes, I'm going to start implementing that, or I'm going to start trying, eating the kale stems in my smoothies, or avocado smash, or what is it? What did you find most valuable? You're going to crash my lunch party. Sweet potato toast. Oh, good. Massaging the kale. Yeah. Sweet potato toast and bone broth. Yeah. I love the bone broth protein powder.
You did have one question come in, Tina.
Yeah.
What power did you use on the blender to make it that consistency?
Low, very low. I kind of oscillated from a 1 to a 6, a 1 to a 6, and just kind of made it thicker. Yeah. Good. Massaging the kale, how to process kale and don't waste the stems. Yep. Sweet potatoes. Facts on uncured bacon, and we'll make these recipes. Good, Karen. Thank you so much. Definitely the sweet potato toast. Oh my gosh. I know. I learned about the sweet potato toast. I'm like, we've got to make sweet potato toast because we deserve really healthy food in our body that is going to make our bodies sing and full of energy versus pushing us. A lot of my friends that I'm with, they love to eat regular white toast. And I'm like, well, I can't eat that because if I do, I'm going to have to go, I won't feel good. My stomach will hurt. And if I ate that every single day, which I have tried in the past, I will feel terrible. My joints will hurt, everything. So not good. Yeah. Do men need as much collagen as women? I'm pretty sure they do. Yep, they do. It's really good for your belly. I think everyone needs collagen in their body. What is the texture of the sweet potato toast? Here, I'll give you an idea. Does that make sense? Does that give you the idea? It's soft. I roasted these for 10 minutes each side and it's soft. Now, if you're going to pick this up, there you go. It's soft. I'll just pick it up and it's just wonderful in your mouth. Now, if I wanted to make this a little crunchier, I could toast it for a little bit longer and make it a little crunchier. If I wanted to, I would put it in broil for a little bit. Yeah, good question. Good question. Bug in the bagged kale. Isn't that funny? That was funny, wasn't it? Do you recommend agave as an? I don't. Agave is extremely processed, very close to high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup will give you a non-alcoholic fatty liver, and agave syrup does the same thing. I don't go near it once I learned about that. I'll do honey, but as in a medicinal. I'll do some sweet maple syrup in some recipes. But when I bake, most often, I will use monk fruit, confectioner sugar monk fruit, or yacon syrup. If you need a syrup consistency, honey's too sweet for you, yacon, Y-A-C-O-N, what yacon syrup will is the consistency of honey, a third of the sweetness, so it won't bother you if you are diabetic, and it's not bad for your liver like agave is bad for. Great question. I love questions. Love them. Do you recommend? Okay. Let's see what else. Thank you. You cannot wait. Good. Do the recipe monk fruit sugar 1-for-1? Yes. When you use the monk fruit, the confectioner sugar, Lakanto is the name brand that I use, and it's cup for cup, and it should say on the package cup for cup. However, monk fruit is so much sweeter that I will use a third of the monk fruit that is called it for even recipes that call for the monk fruit. I will still use less because I don't like things very sweet. So for the most part, yes, but I would go at least half. And I don't look at recipes that have regular sugar in them anyway. Most of the recipes that I create are the paleo version of like a ricotta cake or brownies or whatnot. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. You're welcome. I cannot express to you enough how much this is my love, my pleasure to teach you and to cook for you. I so wish that I could feed each and every one of you every time we do a cooking class, because there's nothing better than watching people enjoy food. And I think I'm off the boat Italian. You go to her house, she pulls everything out of the refrigerator and cooks for you anyway. And the joy that was on her face is just, she lives through me. I love it. I absolutely love it. I got tears in my eyes thinking about my Nonna. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I cannot wait until next month's cooking show in November. And yeah, join my tribe. Caitlin, go ahead and put that link in one last time for the last 30 seconds we're together here today. From the top to the bottom to the middle of my heart, I want to say thank you. And until next time, namaste. Bye for now, everyone. Have a phenomenal day. Bye.